And welcome back for another stream. How you getting on? Tonight we're doing a bit more Disco Elysium. See if we can ever get that bloody guy out of that bloody tree. So we can ever get our head around the idea of doing it, or at least looking at him to see if we can work out what's going on. Who knows? That'll be decided when we're playing the game. But first, let's have a quick look. It's something I'm going to do for a wee while. Let's have a quick look at this. Let's have a quick look at a couple of websites from 500 of the weirdest and wackiest websites. A book published in the year 2000. So it's full of GeoCities websites and Angel Fire websites and all that kind of stuff. As well as some very old websites that probably don't work anymore. Just turn this audio down just a touch for the music in the background. So yeah, let's have a quick look at that. The first one we're having a look at today is a little site called Nothing. See, it's there. There it is, Nothing. It's called the Bureau of Missing Socks. I'll turn down the audio in my ear for a minute. So yeah, the Bureau of Missing Socks, as it says, is the first organisation solely devoted to solving the question of what happens to missing single socks. It's a website, as I say, from the year 2000. So, you know, things are a bit strange. Look, they've got like little animated things. They've got click here to win socks. Designer socks, in fact. They've got a wee chest of drawers, because that's where your socks usually go, right? But they're solving the question of what happens to missing single socks and explores all aspects of the phenomena, including the occult, conspiracy theories, and the extraterrestrial. Should be pointed out that obviously this is not a serious page. But yes, a weird and wacky website apparently. Let's see what's so weird and wacky about it. So, they're entirely funded by your tax dollars, expedited by matching cuts in defence, welfare, and education budgets. So what's happening in the world of socks? Shall we have a look at the news? Now some of these links might not work, because it depends whether they've been archived or not. So let's have a look. News. See, for example, that page was not archived. What about the monthly cartoon? On a subject dear to your feet. My owner just doesn't give a darn. Ha 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 ha. Funny. Dr. Coconut's new hit single, I Lost My Sock. Apparently you can download this as an MPEG, but I really don't want to download it. Plus, the link's dead, so I've got a feeling it probably doesn't work. And it's created with Real Producer, which would have been through Real Player. Look, I hate to think it might try and make me download Real Player if I'm not careful. Luckily, I don't think Windows 10 would allow that, but you know. Thrill yourself with tales of hot passion, intrigue, and violence involving the mysterious disappearance of single socks. You may want to add your own. Let's see how many people added their own in the year 2000. Oh no, nobody, just one person. And it's Charlie Chan and the Purloined Sock. Now, Charlie Chan's stories usually a little bit casually racist, so maybe we don't want to touch that. He was a great grandson of Charlie Chan, of the Charlie Chan known to generations of detective story aficionados. Immediately we've got broken English as the way the person's decided to write the character. So immediately, we ain't reading it. Their database offers you the opportunity to alert the world to your missing waif sock. Give it a try. So there we go. We can go through this, right? This is just a stupid little thing. Looking for a mate for your lonely single sock? Fill in the following form and we'll scour our singles database for a match. Don't despair, there's a perfect match somewhere in cyberspace. I doubt it. Classification, what kind of sock are we looking for? Should we look for a business sock? A theatrical sock? Yeah, let's go for a theatrical sock in the medium size. Maybe up to the top of your calf there. I think that's about the kind of sock we want. What am I doing? The main colour of the sock, let's make it red, with the secondary colour being black. I don't know. And the pattern should be polka dots. And if I submit this, it doesn't go anywhere. It fails. Look, it comes up with a database error. So a lot of these sites, you're going to try and go onto them, they're not going to work very well. We've got, what else do we have here? Add your wayward fellows to the list. I'm sure this is exactly the same. This is exactly the same link as the one above. It is exactly the same. Oh, what? Yeah, this is the same. Alright, no, this is asking you about the cost of them and all sorts of stuff. About your missing sock. They can try and find your missing sock. if you want. We've got historical and weird socks. This is their idea of something funny, I guess. A psychic astral projection of a sock inside a dryer. What? The Elvis sock. The only one of its kind in the world. It disappeared in 1973, custom made in London by Cloven Daly. It is not one of two he wore while wearing blue suede shoes. Size 10 of impeachable quality. The Hoffa sock. They found it apparently at the bottom of the sea, sticking out of a cement block. Huh. Cheerleader sock. Yeah, great. A talking sock. A Roman foot wrap. It's the world's oldest fabric sock, I'll have you know. The world's largest sock. 34 inches long and 25 inches in diameter. Belonged to a Cornish giant, apparently. Now we've got the world's smallest sock and the museum shop, and basically this website, somebody thought this was a kind of funny wee thing to do, right? You can go here, look, and you can answer a questionnaire about what you do with your socks. So how many socks have you ever lost in your life? I don't know, let's say under 10. I don't think I've lost, actually, no, let's say 10 to 20. It's probably more than 10. In the last year, probably under 10. In the last month, I don't know. We'll say 1 to 10 because there isn't an option to say 0. How many pairs of socks do I own? I don't know. 10 to 20, maybe more than that, I don't know. How many single unmatched socks? I don't know, maybe 1 to 10. How many pairs of socks do I buy a year? Well, you know, you buy them in a multi-pack, right? You buy, like, I don't know, 5 pairs in a multi-pack or something. Then other people buy them at Christmas, so let's say 5 to 10. How much do you spend on a pair of socks? Now, because you buy them in a pack of 5, you probably get a pack that's like, I don't know. How much do you spend on a pack of 5 pairs of socks? Like 20 quid? I don't know. That's maybe a bit much. So let's say we're talking about £4. Now this is in dollars, but let's say $2 to $5. Do you ever lose a matched pair of socks? Sometimes. How do you wash them in a washing machine? Some of these questions just are so stupid. If you selected other, please describe what other option do you have? You stick it in your mouth and like swish it around for a wee while with some mouthwash. I don't think so. In your household, who's responsible for sock maintenance and storage? Now notice of the options here: husband, wife, girlfriend, mother, servant. None of the options are you or me. I suppose it would be the first one if it's me. Well, whoever takes the washing, right? Whoever does the drying. Does anybody have like an allocated person that has to do that? What do you do if you discover, when do you discover socks missing? After they've been washed, usually. Do you shake your trousers before putting them on? This website's basically just, it's not wacky, and it's not even particularly weird. So I'm not entirely sure why they thought that deserved a place in this book of the 500 weirdest and wackiest websites on the internet in the year 2000. So let's look at something else. How about this? It's an Angel Fire page. Does anyone remember Angel Fire? .com/CT/TP debate. Oops. There's an Angel Fire website, presumably from Connecticut, I imagine, unless I'm imagining that incorrectly. And we want to find them from... This is the Great Debate series. Is anything actually going to happen, or is it just going to show me a bloody build your own website on Angel Fire link? I don't think this site's going to load, unless it's loaded in that little... I don't want to touch that. You know, you got to be very careful. Oh look, it's lottery.com. I don't. Do you think that was archived from the day the site was up? Look at this. It changed into a bloody Angel Fire parking page. So I guess we'll not find out about the Great Debate after all. What about... No, I don't think we'll go to that one. Oh yeah, look at this one. Guess the insult, right? In fact, this one you don't have to use the Wayback Machine for. It's basically like a hangman game. No. I might have to actually put it in there just because I can put it in the full address. So this is urban75.com /mag/insult insult2.html. So there must have been an insult1 at some point. There must have been. And basically what this is you get like a little hangman thing like that. You already know Mr. Insult, he's an angry bastard who looks nothing more than to hurl aimless abuse at whoever clicks on this page. Hours of hilarity to be had, I'm sure. Let's see what kind of insult he's given us today. It has the one letter A in it. You go with the vowels first, right? One letter E. How about the letter I? Does it have a letter I in it? Oh, it does. That's good. Hangman, always go for vowels first, right? So, that I'm assuming is you. Good start, it's insulting me specifically. D. There's no D. B. Yeah, so it's going to be you, big. Oh god. Guess what that word is? Oh god, really? Oh no! Oh no! What? Oh, is it? No. I'm not sure this insult's particularly very good. And it's gotta be W, right? Mr. Insult says that. Well, why doesn't he say... He doesn't say that though, does he? He doesn't say, fuck you, dickhead. He says this. And that's not a very good insult. Let's try one more before we get onto the game. Here's another one, right? I bet it starts with U again. But let's do the vowels first and see what it's all about. Oh look, it starts with U again. Here, this looks like exactly the same insult, by the way. I bet you if I do this... Oh look! It's the same insult again! Yeah, so, you know, seems like it would be hours of fun, only it's not, because it only gives you one insult. How exciting. Anyway, I think we've looked at enough of these supposedly weird and wacky websites for today. So maybe we can start the game instead. Let's put this music off because we're not going to need that. What I am going to do is turn up the music in the game. Make sure it's not too loud. And also turn up the... Well, I don't really need the UI volume to be high, do I? Who wants to hear me clicking? Oh, I need to do that all over again. Shall we just not do that? Because pretty much I'm just going to go through all the options anyway. So... Is it worth me turning that on again? Because I have to... No, do you know what? We'll just go through the game as it is. Because I'm going to answer it. I'm going to go with every question, every answer anyway, so... Let's load our game up. This was done. Yeah, this is the one. Just have to make sure we're loading up the right game, right? So yeah, we have to work out if we can get this guy down. Can we get this guy down out of this tree? Ever? Because we wouldn't even look at him. But we did upgrade our endurance just before we finished last time. So I'm hoping that that might be enough to let me actually, you know, try and take down the guy from the tree. I'm hoping. Let's run, come on. Let's run everywhere. I've noticed that when I played a little bit of this game before, he makes a comment if you run everywhere. What's all this?
Several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from
boot prints.
What
kind of boots are they?
Boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard.
Okay.
Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Yeah, probably.
Noted.
So there we go. He's taken down in his little notebook. These are workers' boots. It looks like we could succeed at this one, so let's see.
Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots.
8 pairs of boots.
Back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot.
We're going over them one by one.
Toes, number 46.
Good.
2. Standard work boot.
Good.
Steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot.
So there's some slight differences in them, I guess.
Number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. You don't know.
Which is it?
It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is.
Well, the prints have been frozen in time for me to find, have they?
5.
What did they say? There was 8.
Work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 45.
Here, wait a minute. Oh, okay. No, look. How can you tell that that one's different from that one?
6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot.
Right.
Number 41.
Male or
Impossible
female?
to tell. Could also have been an adolescent.
Could have been a child,
The gate
like
is
this wee
undeveloped.
guy over here. Kuno or whatever his name is. I'm pretty good at this, aren't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world...
Good at counting footprints.
Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it. And the track
So this
burn
kind of
in the
stuff,
middle of it.
the visual calculus we're good at.
7.
There's 2 more
Glowing
pairs.
outline of a standard work.
Glowing.
Number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as
Oh,
the
we got a
others.
heavier person
The
laying
weight
these ones.
exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot.
More standard
Number
boots.
44.
Again, a number 44s.
There's an
3
aberration
number
in the pattern of
44s.
the sole,
Ah,
however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
so possibly someone walking with a limp or
How
something.
many?
400 million. Yeah, no, that's about right.
I was
8.
pretty off then. I counted 20.
20? Mate, come on.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number
A
41.
woman or a kid?
Don't think there's any way to be sure.
Anything else?
Heavy one, 200 kilograms.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up?
Oh, now there's a good
Let's say
question.
a
Could
heavily
be.
built worker
Could
carrying
be.
a similarly built, soon-to-be dead man.
He
That
might be right.
Is a possibility.
200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
I think we'd notice that person around, wouldn't we? Probably. One of them was, maybe it was a giant. One of them was
Possibly.
carrying him over.
Yes.
Possibly. I mean, you know, this is all speculation.
Why?
Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have
Presumably
used
because he
a
was
makeshift
already dead.
stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe he wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher or between 2 men. Anyway, it's
Unless
for
only
future
one person did it,
consideration.
right?
What else can you see?
There's an aberration, one soul smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
The odd soul.
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor.
Yeah,
Or
something.
maybe
Yeah,
a
something.
drummer?
Something that wears off the bottom of the shoe. Yeah.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
So one of the people we're looking for is a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are
We're not looking for a drummer. Why not?
Perhaps it
Could be a
a
drummer.
driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
The brakes are on the other side. Well, I don't know actually in their cars.
We should keep our eyes open around the
We'll
traffic
see.
jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a
What about that
potential
guy that was like
suspect.
really horrible?
Seems prudent, no?
Yeah,
Mhm.
obviously. How old do you think the tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame
Yeah.
provided to us by the
Footprints
police.
hung about
Or
in this
reported
in this
behind
place for a week. That seems unlikely.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below.
Ah,
freezing.
unless the ground
The
was
day
frozen.
before, the day of his hanging.
'Cause if
was
the ground-
last warm day.
If the ground froze after they did it, yeah.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would
Yeah.
preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place
So
a
this-
week ago.
One of these is going to be the person who put this person
What do
up
I
there.
think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim.
So maybe he was
They
already
shuffled around,
dead?
especially under the tree.
Possibly?
Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction.
A semicircle?
At first glance, this appears to be a lynch.
Not sure where they're getting that from, but
Indeed, they all stood in a row.
they
here
all stood and
and looked
looked.
at the tree.
Why? Did they say some words for him before they did it?
Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
Yeah, maybe a
Isn't
little
it
bit,
strange
maybe a
to
little
have an
bit too
assumption
easy.
Confirmed like this. This is what someone whispering suggestions in your ear
Yeah,
would like you to
maybe. We should withhold being content.
The lieutenant is saying something, but you can't hear it. Suddenly, it seems like your
He's
tie
talking and we
is
can't hear
alive
him.
again.
What? Withhold being content? What
Withhold being content!
Mild to moderately disabled? That doesn't feel
No.
like something you should
No.
do. Live a little. Everything on
God.
the damn crime scene fits like a glove. You should get shit-faced on this damn crime scene.
Could we...
Shut up,
There.
fuck midget.
Fuck you!
I
Next, I'll
have
throw
no
you in the
idea
bin.
what's going on here, but you should not do anything.
Fucking tie. I'll throw that tie in the bin. I'll put it through a bloody shredder.
Detective?
So if the first we should celebrate, we get absolutely under the hammer, then the shard.
The lieutenant looks at
Yeah,
you.
I think we'll just say we're
curiously.
suffering a malfunction
A
due
beat
to our
passes
tie.
in silence.
We could go down a
The
ridiculous
wind
sort of...
blowing, the cargo belt squeaking. The lieutenant doesn't understand what's happening right now. You're twisting at your tie, looking sweaty even by your standards.
He should
He
say
needs
something.
to say something.
I agree. Our
Okay.
assumptions could be wrong. Better not to have them confirmed
Yeah.
just yet. Do you see anything else?
Well, we've been through all of that little bit. What's this all about?
Inexplicable feminist agenda.
We got that, which, by completing
There is
that...
something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in...
What? An ancient artifact. Now, the advantage of this is it's, I think what it said it gave me was some, higher empathy score that hopefully will be helpful. We got this next one, Lonesome Long Way Home, which we're kind of working on as well. But we'll get to that whenever we get to that. Right, so anyway, the next thing I need to do... Is there anything else around here worth looking at? There's that little thing, but I reckon we need to be looking at this guy first. We've spent enough time not looking at this, unless I can't.
There he
Endurance.
stares,
I still
looking
won't.
right through you with his white eyes. The body below.
There's no way that
is
I'll succeed at
entirely
that.
dedicated.
There's nothing I can do. Maybe he can help me.
Yes?
Tell me about the
What do
case.
you
Let's go
want to
through
know?
this. Would you say this is mysterious?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why
The
not?
deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces
Does it
together.
not? Let's have him. Let's
I
have
just
him
don't
talk
see
for a
the
little
case
bit. Tell
getting
us what he
more
thinks.
mysterious than that.
Personally, I think labour disputes are very mysterious.
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the
Yeah.
Bank Workers Union. Maybe more than that.
Maybe not mysterious.
The
At the
union
bottom it
clearly
said, "Could it be
wants the
sexy?"
peace,
No, I hope not.
Just of the industry,
No, I hope
but
it's
the
not.
Wild Pines Corporation itself.
Let's hope it's not. The Wild Pines Corporation,
Is
yes.
this a strike then, or the first shots in a workers' coup?
Let's hope so.
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters.
Yeah, probably.
This district
probably.
isn't
People
used
don't
to
like the police
RCM's
here, so-
presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
Yeah. So this is a
Strike,
strike or a coup.
Revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
Brigandage, he says.
You feel something rising through you.
An
A familiar
opinion.
feeling. An opinion taking form.
Well, it's not that one, because I don't want to ground the workers into fine paste. We should ground the workers into fine paste. The owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. I'm unsure which side to grind into pigs' feed. I don't think grinding one or the other side into pig's feed will do anyone favours. I spent the last 20 seconds telling which side. Yeah, that one.
Politics is habit forming.
Who
and
should we
hazardous.
grind into pig feed?
It is also
Just
irrelevant
whoever.
to police work.
Just whoever.
You're right to doubt the impulse. It might be detrimental to our task here.
Yeah, I think a lot of my thoughts right now are pretty detrimental to the task here, to be
From
honest.
an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Maybe you can tell me what you do know. to
I know
help me
literally
narrow
nothing.
down a bit. Do you want me to brief you?
Yes,
3
please.
days ago, the RCM emergencies desk
I never did this
received
the
a
first
report
time. We should
about
do
a
this.
security guard who was found hanged in Martinez.
He's a security
An
guard.
anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days.
Yeah, who did though?
No one had come to investigate.
Who made the call?
During that time, The
That's
victim
what I
had
want to
been
know.
stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers
But maybe
and the
that's what was
logistics
being,
company.
you know, maybe the
Wildlands.
company
I
did
was
it
told we
to...
should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Does the briefing say who he
A
was?
security guard or worker of some sort.
Doesn't have a
hired
name,
by
no?
Pines. This was just hearsay.
Poor lad
from
doesn't have a
Martinez,
name.
Of course. We need to. They didn't identify
Who knows the
themselves
call?
in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort.
And they couldn't
The desk could
identify
neither
anything.
the caller's age nor sex.
Why did they
There
hide
is a strong
themselves?
prejudice against involving
As
the
if we don't
RCM
already
in
know.
what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
And the RCM?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia.
We're the
We're the
police.
police
Okay.
in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol
Oh, we got
Citizen
to...
Militia,
old
is the
encyclopedia
police
head's
force
got to talk to
you
us now.
and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates
So,
within
it's
a
a...
legal twilight, yet its authority
It's a
is
slightly
rarely
confusing
questioned. It's super useful to know
situation,
this.
really. Okay. Oh
Just
yes,
to be
I
clear,
understand everything
We
now.
are police officers. It's our job to find the killer.
All right,
That's
okay.
the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Well, I have all I need in
Good.
that respect for now. I think
No
you should know that I
response.
can't remember anything.
He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
I don't remember anything. There was heavy
Have
drinking
you tried
involved.
concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to
Yeah,
his voice.
it's like I don't care.
Like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
So what should I
Try
concentrate
work.
on?
The case at hand. It can work miracles.
What's wrong with personal
Not the
affairs?
It's just the nature of Lieutenant.
The RCM deploys a
Oh, there we go.
self-styled structure
Decomptage.
Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs.
Completely lacking in
Fine.
basic information.
We should get through this day first. Off hours begin
Off hours at
9
9. We've got quite a
If you're
while
still
before
having
then.
trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
I'm afraid it might be a
Really?
medical
You
situation.
look fine to me.
I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage. I saw myself in the mirror.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
So our
Clearly,
straight-laced
he prefers to
partner.
think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their
It's difficult to
entire
understand,
life.
to believe, isn't it?
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
No, that's fine. You seem to be
Excuse
following me. What if I want to work the case on my
Detective,
own?
if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state.
Yeah, more than a
You
little,
have
mate.
trouble remembering
More
things.
than you know.
You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't have to take this display of authority. You can disobey.
You don't need to supervise me.
Except that I do, detective.
But I know what the
That's
RCM
good.
is. Because he just told me. What if I need some me
you
time?
This is a police investigation,
Alright, but...
not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
We'll still have our evenings to ourselves, at least.
Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
Go on, then.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking.
Yeah, he's probably about right, to be honest. Is there some other way we can get this guy out of the tree? Because I doubt very much that I'm going to
There
be
he still
successful
is,
with a
looking
17%
right through
chance
you
to
with
succeed.
his white eyes. The body below is entirely. The ammonia only makes it.
Oh, look,
worse.
legendary
The combination
failure.
The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done,
I can't stop myself from throwing up, so how am I gonna get this guy down out of the tree? And that noise is horrible, by the way. The ammonia didn't help at all.
Nor does the wind right now.
Yeah. It smells like me vomiting twice.
The weight is reassuring, like a krenel on solid.
Just patting my back.
Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here.
I am, yeah.
Alcohol withdrawal makes it
Bad enough
considerably
that this is a body that's been here for about a week. Why can't I keep it in? I've been a cop all my
harder. I've
life.
seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day.
You know,
Throw
bag
up,
your vomit.
investigate.
Is that what it
Throw
means?
up, initial autopsy. Throw up, bag it.
Bag your vomit? Oh, that's not good.
Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
Ugh.
I
You seem
think
okay.
I've lost my sense of smell.
Okay, well that probably doesn't help much.
Not being hungover helps too.
Yeah. We'll do something else. I think I wanted to solve something else.
That's
Is there not an
probably
easier
the
crime?
idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that,
Hmm?
you need to get your shit together.
Yeah, okay.
No,
I chose the wrong
you
option.
will get your shit together.
I will get my shit together.
You're sure this has not affected his impression of you?
Probably
in a good
not.
way?
I don't suppose many people get a good impression of this guy.
For a moment, the hanged man appears to smile.
No, he's not
His
smiling.
lips are red,
Don't
like a clown's.
fall into that trap.
Bitch fight, see? Bitches are at it.
Shut up, you know.
Bitches about to kill each other, I think.
Shut up.
We should go and do something else. Give it half an hour.
Yeah.
Then come back when you've gotten your act together.
So even though... So I need more endurance to complete that. I need to get my act together, and then we'll have more endurance. Did I not see another volumetric shit compressor? Let's internalize that one. That gives me... what does that give me if I do that? Does it give me some bonuses? Well, let's internalize it and see how we get on. Can always adjust what we've internalized later. Right, so we can't do anything with the body right now because... Yeah. Because we can't. Can we do anything with this door yet?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing
Oh, there's a
material
slightly better
each
chance.
night. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets.
Bloody a complete
easy on
failure.
eyes. It reveals no secrets at this time.
Okay, there is obviously something there, but I've obviously not got enough of something to get there. Don't have any way to get to that building by the look of things. Or at least not from this angle. So we need to go and find something else to do right now because call that person, sorry, my health issues. I don't know if I want to phone them. And that's the end of day debrief. We need to find our gun, our badge. Oh yeah, we need to tell Gart that it wasn't him that she was annoyed by. Let's go do that. And then we can maybe speak to the people that are around here. Oh yeah, we need to use the other entrance. Because that door is closed for winter. I don't know why. Is the other door exposed to the snow more often? Is that why? Who knows? I need to go and speak to this guy anyway and just tell him I don't have any money to give him. But I can at least tell him about the girl.
Can I help you?
What's this? I've seen something here, a thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
So a sign that the mess hall's reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest,
Oh,
and
well, you know.
loudest faction. They
Great.
come here in the evenings, dumb, unruly types.
But maybe this will give me some
Think
clues
they're
about the
big
guy.
shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Fair enough.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
Shame you got to suck up to the Union
I
to stay
don't.
afloat.
I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the
Yeah, but I
offering of
wonder,
services to paying customers.
are people just doing something
It
to
doesn't matter. I
to-
don't have to explain myself to you.
make the Union the blamable kind of
We should
party, I
find out
wonder?
who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
Yes, we
We
do.
don't. We have to wait.
They'll show up sooner or later.
Men get hungry, even striking men.
Oh,
If
here,
not
that door's
today,
open now.
Then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days.
Oh, I've never heard
You
of them.
sleep between them. He's saying they'll come
After I've
you've
slept. Okay,
What?
fair enough.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Was there
Another
something
thing.
else?
Great.
No, it's not that. I talked to Sylvie.
what?
She left because of me, not you.
What about the bird? Yes,
The bird?
The bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't break it,
You
I
broke
did.
the skewer.
Yeah, it was me.
I assure you it was him.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you.
Probably a bit of both, I would imagine.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's a mystery.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was
I
Sylvie.
don't know why I
Even
did it.
worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope.
One sec. Okay, so there we go. He was sure it was Sylvie, but it wasn't Sylvie.
Something stirs in you.
Oh yes,
Perhaps this is why you broke it.
I broke it intentionally so that...
Did she say anything else about me? You know, did she say anything about me?
She said she was flattered, it was just bad
Really?
timing.
I should give her a call then.
You should, mate. How about excusing that debt while you're at it?
Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or?
So, about that
Yes,
money,
Have you got it?
let's talk about something else.
I'm
gonna sing karaoke.
Out of the question.
Doesn't want me to sing
You
karaoke.
wait and see, cafeteria manager. Absolutely in the question.
Well, we know what the song is.
First
Someone
we
told
find a
us.
sad banger. Then we sing
A
this
sad
tasty
banger.
shit. Your body is ready, sire.
Alright, okay. So that's him. Oh wait, can we go in there now? Because we couldn't go in there before. Just gonna have a look at your dishes. The dishes are dry in the smell of chemicals and pine trees. Do they? We can chat to this guy.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust.
The smoke's getting pulled up through there, you see.
His mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely
So we're
foreign
calling the guy
language.
Gorashi
The
Quebec.
only words you can make out are Garancy and Quebec.
Goranssi Quebec. So we've no idea what he's actually saying.
Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec.
Oh, why not?
Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something.
Mm.
His left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You got some impressive pots
He
there.
smiles and bangs his ladle.
He knows what I'm
against each
saying.
Of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sound.
Don't understand what I want to say that for.
And simmering on the stove.
Okay, what's this? Aroma, spices, alcohol, and tomato in there.
You see a heavy steel door with a
Oh,
prominent
dimple lock.
It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. The door
push
does
the door.
not budge.
Touch the door.
cobalt blue surface feels
It's a
to
rough
touch.
door.
The stainless steel. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined.
Oh, we could maybe see if we
Whatever's
can get a
behind
key
it
there.
Must be older.
You do?
Wonder where this goes.
It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
Part of the whirling in rags. Something about this place that makes me want to know.
Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it.
He's happy to do
As
side
a
investigations.
Side investigation.
He's not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
Yeah, he's wondering what it might be.
If you say so.
I'm gonna merge
That is
these
the
into a
person to ask
stereo
about.
investigation.
The cafeteria manager.
Yeah, we'll go and ask him. I'm getting awfully sidetracked at the moment. I say that, but I mean, I think pretty much most of the game you will be
Can
sidetracked.
I help you?
I saw another thing.
Another thing. Great.
What's-
I love those.
Do you good?
Oh yes, that door. Sure.
It's just a
There's
door.
nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Yeah, but
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't
He doesn't
care
care.
either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years.
why not? You
It's
can't
just
get in
a
it.
frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
But
Junk and dust.
you don't know what's in it. There could be hidden treasure in there.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd
I'm
like to know what's back
okay,
there.
A little. but my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door.
Well, what if it
in
could
one
be,
of the cafeterias
you know, it
I
could be something
manage.
horrible behind there.
So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't
And he's
found
never
the key,
found a key.
so good luck with that. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Bye for now. Right. So those were some things. That was definitely a thing. Let's just go and head out. Maybe we'll have a look at this traffic jam. We need to start looking into which, you know, people that are around. And like go around the whole place just to see what we find. But obviously when it gets a bit later at night there's going to be less people about, so... Right, so let's have a look. There's like a traffic jam here. Let's start with this guy.
I am a gander and a hunter and a
He's having a wee sing.
Feel like a traveler.
He's singing.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making.
I am the
as it
law!
goes.
I'm not Judge Dredd, am I? Let's keep listening for a minute.
From another planet. Hey there.
I am the
You
law!
sure are, my man.
No. What's going on
The
here?
jam, my man.
The jam. What
It's a
with
traffic jam for
Paul
the
Weller?
ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
Sounds pretty bad.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days
So
upon days
this is the kind
upon
of
days.
strike that's going on.
Days.
Limbo.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
where I am.
exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the.
I don't think he was
antechamber
being
of the
entirely serious.
afterlife.
So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires.
Oh, he's
the oil and
trying
the
to be
fumes and the
poetic. Extravagantly phrased.
zoot. Yeah.
I can roll with it.
Imagine. It's been a whole week already.
A week,
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
perhaps.
So tell me, what do you need?
Tell me some more about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade. set up,
Blockade.
making demands. No way in or out.
What are they demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the
And half the company?
What exactly? Good on them, I guess.
Yeah, I
I've
think
heard
so.
talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Is there?
They know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines.
We'll meet her
We'll
soon
meet
enough.
soon
Her?
enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the
They
company
wanna keep
wants?
that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
Who knows? Yeah, ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything
So it
else?
seems like a...
Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid.
Yeah, well...
I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us
All of
lorry
who?
drivers. Camionneurs. If you still hang around here working
Yeah,
for
there's
this
him
West
and there's
End,
that horrible guy.
most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting,
He likes to reflect.
observing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Do you know anything about the guy, the
He ain't
dead
one of
guy?
those drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really
I
asked
don't
about
suppose
that.
it's of a lot of
wasting
interest to
time
him,
right
to be
here.
honest.
Keep
Would
him
I,
busy.
you know, why would he be interested in that? I wonder.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motorways.
Yeah, it's an awful lot of
with their
words.
sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And what's your conclusion about that?
A sense of surprise there ain't more.
What I like
ways
about this
than
game
from
is that
more
it's-
trees.
Oh, we're breaking through. We've got a breakthrough on one of them. What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Oh, excellent, mate. You can be on your way as soon as the gates are open,
Time
alright?
to arrest him. Relax. He's merely joking.
Okay, what are you
I ain't
actually
even get
hauling?
A few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits. and that kind of
Tracksuits?
thing.
Matt,
They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
oh, have you? Sounds good. Can I have one of the tracksuits, pal?
We're pals and all, But I can't just freely hand out
He's
the
decided we're
merchandise.
pals already. I mean,
The
that's pretty
bosses
good,
won't be
right?
happy.
Bosses won't be happy. Fair enough. That's your machine
This
behind
rockin'
you?
beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
That's his
Are you
truck.
interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
He's been trucking all day long. No, he hasn't, because he's been standing there for a week, apparently.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighbouring islands.
Caillou?
This
That's
one
that
is
horrible
roughed up
TV
enough
program
to
with
be
that
some
kid.
sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
An A6 you got there?
Yeah, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a
Oh,
long
good old
time together.
A6. We give the tyres a kick just to see how quickly we can break our toes.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in
He's
this
not
lorry.
gone anywhere with it.
The
Okay.
man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm not going to ask him for money, because that's stupid. Do you think we could succeed at this?
In his eyes,
Oh, we
an
succeeded!
unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's
How's that
hard to
familiar?
say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon.
Alright, so what's down there, do you think?
Excuse me. Man,
There we
I don't know
go.
what
I
to
get
say.
longing too.
not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my
No?
family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit.
Diora?
So
Is that
far
like
from home.
a diluted drink?
Diora of the Seven Seas.
Diora of the Seven Seas?
Pretty much. On another island called
Sounds like
Laurentide.
it sounds like a
We've
Studio
got a little place there.
Ghibli film or something. Diora of the
Almost hear
Seven
my kid
Seas.
laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like?
Yeah, I don't know anything
Good.
about it because I've lost all my
bad.
memories.
An acre that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these
Yeah, we're
silly
going to spend a bit of
scenarios
time
in
just
great
chatting to
detail.
everybody that we can
Living
around
with
the
them.
area.
It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Mostly myself.
This feeling? No, it's scarier than that.
Hmm.
You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
No, I feel
Hunted?
hunted
By what?
by a shadowy figure.
Ex-wife?
It's the X something. I think I need to be very careful about this because I'm losing health from this. Whoever it is, one thing's for sure, it's not
Still,
my
A
ex-wife.
shadowy figure. That sounds pretty bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage.
I don't think you need to
For
worry
some
too
reason,
much.
Sire, he pays no heed to your objection, continuing instead as if it were your ex-wife.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Strange.
Don't worry, I'm
Yeah.
certain that
In
not
marriage,
going to
you never
happen.
know
You
if
seem
you're
like
doing
a
the right
pretty
thing.
attached sort of guy.
I hope we're doing our best to keep ours together, but anything
Attached,
can
a
happen.
pretty
Look, man,
alright
thanks
sort
for
of guy.
this. It's nice to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
So do I.
Don't be a stranger.
Bye for now. So that's that guy. He seems like a nice enough sort of guy.
Volumetric ship compressor.
We've completed that one. That was pretty quick.
Bizarre scientific.
I accept. Wait, what did that say? Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecibels. It's not quite together then, is it? Or maybe it is. Who knows? Let's go look and see what this is over here. Humanox. How did I get there? How did I get burned? We can go down there? Okay. How to get burned? Old slogan. Humanox covers the truck. Yeah, that's what it said. Got something down here. Where's this go? Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Doesn't look like we can go that way at all. Doesn't look like there's anything there anymore. There's a person over here, look. Sitting on a doorstep or something. What are they up to?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something On her radio, a photograph is clutched
She's happy.
in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her
Is she
face.
living on like a train or something?
The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Very
It's
good.
the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money.
No,
Maybe she's
I doubt
young.
it.
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening.
I call her
Her
grandma.
hair
She's like,
is grey like lead.
oh, I'd like to ask
No
some
response
questions.
Wherever this woman is, your
Yeah, there's no
words
point.
fail to reach her.
Shall we do that?
Wait,
Hey, stop him if
she's
you're doing
just
that.
a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't really want to annoy her anyway or upset her. She seemed like a happy person, so maybe we should allow her to be happy. What's this? An old monument in the middle of the traffic island. Look at that, it's a horse, but part of its neck's missing. Silver plaque. I am Philippe III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philippe II, the opulent, father of Philippe IV.
Not
The
a good track
insane.
record of mental health in that family.
No, sounds like it. What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known
Sumptuous
for his
Philip.
profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national
We'll learn a
treasury,
bit about the history of
starting
this,
the
of
decline
Revachol.
of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His
I see.
own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-centennial revolution.
The
an end
anti-centennial
to the
revolution.
family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
I see. And how did he manage to get through the entire treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom.
I guess he was
converted
allowed to
into
do
a
whatever
treasure
he wanted. He was the
trove where
king,
he
right?
stored unfathomable wealth.
He was hiding wealth.
Bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices.
Chalices. Maybe
There
maybe
were
the Holy
whispers
Grail
slipped
was
on
among
a
them.
huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
Well, why not? He'd be like Scrooge McDuck. Maybe he
The
goes
man
swimming in it.
certainly knew how to live.
The king's the king. He can do anything. There's no way that's
But
true.
wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national
We're learning about
treasure
history.
on gold and ceremonial
Important
weaponry.
history.
He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
So he was addicted to nose candy.
That's what the revolutionaries said 150
They said it
years
150 years later.
right before they entered out the royal mausoleum. And
What,
dumped
because they
His
found some in the
Majesty's
house
mortal
150 years
remains
later?
in the Insulindian Bay.
So where's he buried?
Beneath the cold waters of the
Oh, I see. They
Insulindian
thrown
Bay,
there and he never came out again.
thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
And what about the
original
statue?
was blown
This.
apart by communards, then further damaged
Well, that
during
band
the
with,
landing of the coalition's airships during
the
turn of
communards, that
century
was,
revolution, when Martinez was leveled.
What was that song again? That's gonna annoy me. Oh. Why can't I remember what the song is? Oh yeah, it's Don't Leave Me This Way. Of course it is. Or Never Can Say Goodbye. Can't play that because I'll definitely get in trouble for playing a section of that, of any songs like that. So I don't even know why I went looking for it. Don't leave me this way. Essentially, only better
Most
than that.
historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have
A lot
ultimately
better.
saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Oh, would they? They should have let them.
Some years ago, a group
Yeah,
of
why would they restore it?
inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city.
What?
The statue is supposed
Why?
to capture the moment it was blown apart.
But
like
why?
An instant frozen in time. A rare butterfly trapped in amber.
Oh yeah, that's very
floating
very
on a field.
nihilistic.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders. with more nuanced
Social awareness.
than the young ironists.
So they think anyway, right?
Philip III.
I've got a new skill point.
However, with his bronze
Well, maybe
face
increase
up in the air,
our... Well, we have to
doesn't
increase
seem
our endurance.
concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he
Probably
ever
not.
did in life either.
Very good. I'm going to have to spend that on endurance again. Wait, I thought it was 3. Oh, I know. You need to score like... You need to put like 4 points into it, I think, before you actually get it leveled up enough. But yeah, I mean, we need it leveled up more than that in order to take that guy down out of the tree. What else do we have? Foreign car kept in good condition. Oh wait, was there not something accessible at the back of here? I forgot all about this. There's some cash. Okay, that's us on 5 now. We just need another 25 reals, and we'll be ready to go. Well, there's some more money there. Look, nick it. Another 60 cents. What's this?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Let's see
The
what's inside it.
windows are clear.
Some
They've
experience.
been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
Oh, there we go. Can we tally this? I keep a tally of this. I've just disconnected, so I'm just going to wait for a minute. You'll still see me on the recording. But I just need to wait for my stream connection to go back up. See, what's happened is I'm changing internet providers on Tuesday, and ever since I said that to them, my connection's been dropping like a lot more than normal. So I'm just going to see if this even reconnects, to be honest. There we go. Okay! So we're back. Sorry about that, my connection dropped. As I was saying on a moment ago, in the recorded part of this, due to change my internet provider in a couple of days, and ever since I told the other one that I was going to be leaving, I've been noticing my connection dropping a lot more often than usual. And I think it's been about 3 times. It did it twice before I started my stream, so... what kind of stickers are in this thing? That's where we were at. I didn't go forward.
With a substantial collection of peculiar
No, it has to be that. It has to be that dick up there's car.
Honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about in the back
The
seat?
back end of the cabin is a small perch to sleep. Large ashtrays.
That must be that guy.
There are several
That racist guy that we saw.
Curtains. A book with ragged edges.
What's this
captures
say?
your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man.
And those people are
The title
talking, but I can't
reads,
hear him.
Man from Eamdal in the lost city of the Pygmies.
Okay.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia.
Yep, must be that guy.
Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
You think this belongs to the tough guy?
Yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? What else is around? Is there anything else lying on the ground? Lorries probably stored fuel here, now they store booze. Let's keep moving then. Anyone to talk to over here? No, just this guy who looks like he might be in charge of whatever's going on.
Bastards!
So they're
We have
scabs.
a right to work.
Oddly enough, it's the scabs that are protesting, even though they're the kind of people that shouldn't be protesting. I am the law!
Hold up and
We'll do
stay
I am the law
frosty,
every time.
everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should
We're
I?
here to fight for a cause.
Hmm?
Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Well, as long as you're not hurting anyone, who cares?
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work.
But, you know,
Right to work.
you're trying to break a strike.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us.
Ah, see, that's a problem.
cops and
Strikebreakers.
strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side.
What kind of cause are we what kind of cause are we talking about?
Rights of people, rights of workers,
Uh-huh.
to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed.
Yeah, but
their
if you join up with the union workers, you can maybe make a better salary.
His manner of speaking is wooden.
You know?
The tone of
If
voice
no one will work
bland
for them.
and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups.
We're still
but you're
workers.
essentially still workers.
Well, yeah, but
I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the...
Right to work! Right to work!
yeah, right to work, right to work.
Maybe you should ask
Aye.
them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living.
You're not allowed to make a living here because there's a strike
Shame
on, mate.
you.
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but you're taking other people's jobs, right?
So do we, Scott.
Yeah. Who are all the
Honest
strikebreakers?
men and women with rights to work,
Right to work.
to be useful,
Uh-huh.
not toys for corporate interests.
But then what happens is the people who are there,
We came here to help
They don't
the
get to
harbor
work.
run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work,
this is basically,
they
you know,
ought to let in
well, why
those
if you're
who
so,
do
if this guy's,
want work.
if this guy's so interested in looking for work, why hasn't he got a job already? You know what I mean?
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your
Or maybe he
leadership?
doesn't like, maybe he wants to do that work, but he doesn't want to be unionized.
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No.
The rules
They
of the
follow
market.
The rules of the market. The rules of the economy. Because they were.
Uh-huh.
Given a job to do!
I don't think you're shouting out the right bits, mate. I want to get in too.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to
No,
let
well,
you through the gates.
That's the idea,
Trying
you know.
to meet their fat boss.
Well, yeah, and I'll make sure I tell him what you said about him, alright?
I know nothing about a murder.
It's very terse about that,
The
isn't it?
mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Absolutely
Wouldn't put it
nothing.
past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive.
Or, you know, someone
Right to
making
work!
it seem like them.
It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should
Let's
bring
pretend the
back
union people did it, because
blockade
then
force.
they'll get in trouble.
Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
I don't know.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity.
Let
Us
us
work. Yeah, okay. So your goal
We
here...
were promised work. We'd be in there.
Yeah, okay, you were told that you could come to work
Bastards
because they
haven't
needed
shut the
people working
gates.
for them who weren't worried about breaking the strike. You know, and you're unable to breach the entrance.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the
Oh, that's a
access
shame.
panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either.
No? Okay.
I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
His name's Head
Huge
Measurer?
Seminoles guy standing up there on the overhead passage.
Is that
Won't let
actually his
anyone
name?
by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could he be?
Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't
Is
know
he?
how the Union has a trained killer up there,
Is
but that was no
he
joke.
as bad as that?
My men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't you just
Like civilized
talk to them?
folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civil.
It would be better
Have you
for the
tried?
neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in.
Yeah, what's the
anyway.
point of being there if no one's going to let you in?
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button
They
unguarded.
won't, though. Will
then
they?
we charge.
Aye, alright. Fair enough, pal. You carry on dreaming, alright? You carry on dreaming. It says GRIH. I don't know what that means. Okay, who else we got? We got this guy up here, but there's some money over there. Let's have that. Basically, we're just going around scavenging any money we can get our hands on. Alright, pal, how's it going?
Scott?
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to
maybe,
time.
maybe.
It
Apparently there's a scab.
Content with mere survival.
Yeah.
They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay.
Yeah, that's the thing, they want less money.
Themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Where did they come
Beats
from?
me. Somewhere in the ground.
What, is that his name? Is his name Call Me Manana?
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab.
Why would they want, you know, they don't have work, so
But scared of what? Of who?
they're willing to work for less.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab.
But you'd think these are people that are
If the
desperate to
gentleman shouting
work.
on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
What exactly is going on with this? You tried talking
We'd
to them?
explain the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't around.
So in other words, if that guy wasn't there...
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
Okay, well...
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
No one has.
You cops going on a strike, but then another cop...
Let's
comes in
be
and
cops
says,
for less
"Let
money."
us
It never
cop
happened.
For less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Because you're not a police officer.
Probably not.
I'm 91% sure it'll never get solved.
Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me.
Is it? Right. I need to know what's behind these gates.
My
I'm
friend,
exploring.
I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
Does this mean you can let me through the
I
gate?
don't operate in that capacity. I'm not
It's not a grant or a
grantor of
passage.
The passage grants itself.
Wait, so you're saying I could just go, hey, let me in, and I can go?
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
So it's that simple, I just walk in.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Measurehead. Okay.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini.
Yeah, he's saying you can do it. Yeah, you can go right on
Right
through if you
past
want.
him. Then press the button to unlock the
So
door.
what he's saying is, yeah, you could try.
Then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Yeah, so you're saying it's actually quite
Don't
difficult.
worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
He knows that I can't do that.
Or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview.
I don't
Or-
really want to be turned into any kind of
Maybe it
supremacist
actually is
worldview.
completely impossible.
Yeah. Has anyone ever bested him in physical
Not yet, no.
confrontation?
He's incredibly strong.
And has anyone tried converting to his
Jean-Luc
worldview?
himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Not enough intuition, okay.
Sure.
But short on money, can you give me
Sure
some?
thing, my friend. I can help you out.
I'm not going to catch this.
The coin lands into your hand.
Oh,
as
look at
if it has
that.
always belonged there.
Always glad to help out the
Succeeded.
RCM.
It was a
Shame I can't
it
do
was
more.
a real.
Things are meager at the moment. due
We
to-
still need another like 20 odd.
You
But we're
know,
getting there.
The winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
Union has problems getting by.
Nothing to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out.
Yeah.
Rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike though.
Every little bit
I'm always
helps.
glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Yeah. What's the strike all about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you.
I'll
You'll
have to ask him.
first.
Okay.
He's a chatty
will.
guy. Wants to talk about the strike.
So you're right.
Return once you've met the union boss.
I think he's hoping that maybe I can convince him to do something. Nice talk. I need to get going for now, so let's go and see what's up here. So there's a door there. What is it? In case of strike, press button behind guard. So this is the door that we're trying to open. This is the door we're trying to open. The future belongs to Measurehead. Is it? Any money lying about while I'm here? Well, let's go and chat to this guy. I doubt we're going to get anywhere with him, but we'll chat to him and see.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Okay.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Fair enough.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Okay.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Not really. But, you know.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this.
So obviously, with this game, it deals with a lot of kind of societal issues and things like that.
You are
by presenting them maybe in a slightly different way.
because you are not a threat to me.
My body's unimportant. I'm with the police. We need to get to the
That
harbour.
is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
Raish Al Ghul. Maybe it means alcohol.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat.
Yeah, so alcohol.
You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
You're right, I'm an alcoholic.
No,
Need
you
it to the harbour.
don't. You need to get another drink.
Yeah, probably.
Occidental Aplo Group B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Show him
Interesting.
the ham still got it. Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
That guy over there, you're just him after pumping some iron.
Craniology. I am the pinnacle of my Aplo Group.
Are you?
The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours.
No, he is a bad example of anything, yeah.
You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics.
That's not a good thing.
electricity,
See, that first thing is not a good thing.
weapons of war,
Who thinks that's a good thing?
aerostatic aircraft.
Eugenics definitely not a
You
good
made
thing at any
great
point ever.
gains in metallurgy
Oh, some idiots will tell you that it is, but,
statecraft.
you know, it's exactly what they are, idiots.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic
So I don't know
summit
even who
is halted.
they could be.
You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Some people like frivolous pop
You will
culture.
be
What's wrong with that?
superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know
Yeah, no.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must
Right
be
about all
the
this.
one
I
that
just need
opens
you to let me go
door
into the harbour.
Enough with this begging.
Yeah, I don't care. I just want in the
Leave
harbour because I've got to speak to the boss.
history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Yeah, I don't want to
Bring
do
your
that.
troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize.
Yeah, I'm not
you.
interested in doing that, really.
When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles. of
Walls lined
rum.
with bottles of alcohol.
Your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the oaths to
Alright, I see.
homosexuality.
There may
No
be a
thanks.
peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take-
no.
Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're
Knock
not
him out.
Seminese?
Yeah,
You
right.
can be anything.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I guess we just can't really do anything with that guy. I'm not interested in taking on his belief system. So I guess we have to move on. Right, so we've had a look there. Oh, what's this? Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. So we can't get in here. So there must be another way in that we have to find. There's that shop. Here, let's see. Is there anything new we could say to this guy after we looked in his truck?
Looking for some.
You could push him by asking him to show you the soles of his boots.
Yeah, show me the soles of your boots.
In the stompers, right? For sure, I can demonstrate them.
Yeah, show us your feet.
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle of treads with no immediately discernible pattern.
What's up with your soles,
It's
mate?
Revachol.
Where'd you get boots like that?
Custom made. Cost me a
He's just got
pretty
custom-made boots, so that he's not who we're looking for, I guess.
You'll see when the time comes, officer. True patriots carry Revachol in their very souls.
Do they? Alright, fair enough.
Technically, you're stomping on Revachol every step you take.
I know you people don't understand poetry.
No, I don't think you understand what we were even saying to you, mate. Yeah, we didn't ask this guy here about the soles of his shoes. We didn't ask that person about the soles of her shoes.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Yeah, there's nothing else we can ask her on that respect. Right, so we've done everything down there. around that area. Let's maybe take a look around the bottom of the map. We will go back to dealing with the body at some point soon, but I kind of want to see what's around here first. Well, here's a couple of guys. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. Right, well, up there. Well, let's have a chat to these guys, see what they're all about. I feel like that's kind of, at this stage, we're kind of just getting into...
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
No, you're right, mate.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich.
Finish a
Talk
sandwich.
to angry hog René first.
Yeah, okay. I'll have a chat to you instead, Renee. He says you're angry.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup.
A man with a fork in a world of soup, that's pretty useless. I mean, you could just lift the bowl up and drink it though, right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old.
Okay.
Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
That's what?
These men
Hold on, what?
are playing balls.
No, it's bull.
This is a
not balls.
Game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions.
Should I not?
Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Should I not ask them what game it is?
Got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Let's watch them first.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
See, now we know what they're doing. He missed.
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable.
He's complaining about pains.
I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it.
These two guys really don't like each other very much, do they?
The reason this nation is sinking.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point as possible.
Pétanque.
Measuring.
Pétanque.
This must be the age-old game of pétanque.
Is it pétanque or pétanque?
Shush.
E's like an E, like an
they
A,
don't know
isn't
what
it?
They're doing. They're old.
They don't know
You
what
are
they're doing.
letting
I'm pretty
down
sure
yourself
they
and
do know what they're doing.
Get in the damn game already. Eyes
All
on
right.
the ball, Dinky Winky.
Pardon? It's a bit harsh. What happens? Do we succeed? What are we going to do? We just picked up a ball. He's on the ball. Let's...
The ball's lack of weight.
Let's...
No matter. You
we succeeded somehow. Let's feel the weight of the ball in our hand.
The ball is surprisingly smooth against
Just
your neck.
no.
It has a pattern on it.
I got to feel the ball.
Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusted
Wait, what?
to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity.
Now we need to take a deep breath.
The man ball is ready.
The man ball? We need to take a deep breath and take in our surroundings. Maybe wet a wee finger.
Planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
And just take a look within.
An embodiment of pure motion.
Just look within.
A fine-tuned locomotive.
Think about it.
Running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Okay. Let's fire. Let's throw the ball. Here's. Looks like he's throwing it like a bloody shot put. That's not what. What? That's not what you do.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A
Okay.
whorehouse of shit.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters. Probably 24.
Yeah, but
and then some.
that's not how you play the
Nothing to
game.
be embarrassed about.
What the
And you knew that before you took the shot. Not a weak right tricep, that's for sure.
If you are a cop, you do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm seeking sense and anger here, I don't know why.
Vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Oh. P-Tank?
Yes, pétanque. You ruined our pétanque game. We want our
Pétanque.
bull back.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Say we swim there.
This is just a misunderstanding.
Is it a
isn't
misunderstanding?
it, officer? No harm done.
I mean, I think we both understand that I threw the ball in the water.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn bull.
Listen, I've got a murder to solve.
Fine example you are setting here today, officer. I will remember this, and Gaston will too.
The water's not that deep.
Officer. Forgotten completely.
See, he has more ball. He took his ball out of his pocket and put it on the floor.
Good, and we're ready to assist
Just use this
anywhere we
ball.
can.
It's a bit squishy, but we can use it.
The lieutenant says nothing, but
Yeah.
his face is rigid. It seems he does not approve of your athletic displays.
I can't possibly understand why.
It's your refusal to take responsibility I don't like.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the guy in the back of the place?
I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting
Oh,
law
could you have-
enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals.
The union is the law. So can you
But the
really
union
believe
are on
them?
strike right now, so what do they do? But you don't have a problem with
Cop
cops.
is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen.
Yeah, okay.
On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
I suppose that's
He
what we're
doesn't know
doing.
about
Maybe.
crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
So again, you don't know anything.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you.
No, he doesn't
I
know.
simply don't.
Obviously.
I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily
Didn't-
business
didn't
of the
say you were,
riffraff
mate.
no longer concerns me.
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
Yeah,
This
that's
is a
pretty
man
clear.
with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Shall we ask him about Philippe III?
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder
Reminder of what Revachol was.
Oh, absolutely.
At the mercy of a coke-insnorting tyrant.
Snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Yeah, perfect.
Superpower, feared and respected.
It's like he didn't hear what he said.
What this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
So what was that about cocaine?
Paul Philippe was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so
Aye.
much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. Ah, his
That's a wee bit, did
egocentricity
he?
is borderline legendary.
Okay.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing
Yeah,
on
I
your
mean, if
shoulders
he's
for
very
rule?
responsible, then he probably shouldn't.
That's why the
Be,
Elysium
you
kings
know.
use cocaine.
All right, okay, so
Planet
that's
of
why
television.
they used it because it helped them clear their head, you know,
Regnum
and their
cocaine.
nose presumably too.
Revachol's finest years.
I guess a little bit, maybe.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
That's
Philip
definitely
III
what it was.
even brought into this world with the help of
Oh, was he?
cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the pure.
No, of course, yeah, of course. Only the most pure, only the purest, of course.
Higher realms. Of course. It all
Like some
makes
sort of
sense.
medical grade, maybe.
He's just making excuses for the king's habits,
Uh-huh.
isn't he?
Seems like yes.
From what I've seen of the officers of the RCM. But I don't want to get into a debate about drug policies.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's talk about something else. Like, nothing. You don't seem to have an awful lot to say, so I'll leave you guys to it. Alright, so I have to get down to that. Coin operate viewer banged up, inoperable. Can I rip it apart for any money that might be there? No. Right, we've got to go down there to that thing, whatever that is, and then we'll go and see what this girl's doing up there. We've got a couple of... Well, let's take a look at this stuff. Ad reads, broken window. Tibbs has windows. Did he break it? Did Tibbs break the window? Got a bag in your hand, you could collect bottles and sell them. Yeah, well. If. This boy, is this boy saying anything? I saw like a thing. Ah, there it is. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Very nice. Things I've seen and said. He doesn't have much to say, really. Obviously, he's had enough of saying the things that he's said. Splatter of bullet holes lines the wall, so that'll be left over from whatever that kind of revolution. Oh, what's that? Is that a plastic carrier bag? Oh, yes, it is. It's a fruit bag. Give me that. Or do I have to equip it? Put that there. Can I not? Can I not put that in my hand? There we go. Look. Now we look like we've just been away to buy a wee carry out. I'll take all of them. There's a bottle and a can. Excellent. So now we can make some money by collecting this stuff, although I assume we won't get very much. So that takes me to roundabout north. That takes me to Cape Side Apartments. So we'll go and maybe have a look up there in a minute. What's all this? Book about the future. Government reading your mind using radio technology. Book about Boyadero culture. Promotes freedom and roaming upstream. Cool. Don't understand what this book's about, and it doesn't seem important. Ow. My wrist's sore. This is a book about pâté. Presumably about how cruelly it's made. On the cover stands a muscular man surrounded by flames. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover, and I see some bottles that I can pick up. We're raking through the bins to collect bottles. Although I don't know if the plastic things will be much use. Right, so who's this?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
I am the law!
Yes, people get that you
I have to say that.
You really don't have to keep saying it.
Yes, we do.
Interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this, anyway?
We sell books, postcards, and some board games.
Oh, board games.
It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
That's an awfully long name for a store.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What's a board game?
Games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time.
What's a board
game?
game?
There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
Can I?
She
awesome.
is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any.
That is a book. They have stories.
What's a
inside
book?
them.
I mean, at this stage, you should say you don't know what a bloody book is, mate.
Really long letter.
Maybe this is the wrong shop for you, you
My
know?
pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Okay, if I ask you
sir.
some questions.
I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What
My
is your
name's
name?
Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns
Cool.
the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
One of those things. You don't know because you're not in the shop right now, obviously.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And why are you outside in the cold?
Signalling that the store is open. Otherwise,
Could you
people
not,
might
like, put
know.
a sign in the
They'd
door
miss
that
out
says
on
open?
Crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Or was there some guy threatening you?
A sudden gush of wind.
The guy that was
turns
selling the
the
signs
pages
was
of
being a
the
bit
books on the
threatening, was he?
counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's
He decided to chase him away. I should have a word with the store owner.
I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep
Some
warm.
hot juice.
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't good school more
Mum says
important?
it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You
Is
succeed.
it? Oh, right. I always wondered about that.
Mum says it's peachy. She was
Business
a
is
little afraid
peachy?
at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
It's a cursed house. A cursed house?
behind her. The window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting.
Good to hear this is going well. It's nice to know there's nothing to worry about.
In a tense show.
But we have to ask, don't we?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
I don't think curses are real.
They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
They're not doomed, but your mother should learn from
Of course,
their
sir.
mistakes. What is this crime
Crime
business?
fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
No, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. It's
Crime
not bad.
is a deviation from the law, punishable by either a civil
what the
or
law
criminal
prevents.
sentencing. It's what the law prevents.
So yeah, crime murder gets the people
And
going.
It's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
And I'm a policeman myself, by the way. The
look
law,
much like a
as I said.
policeman.
So what's a policeman look
Didn't
like?
mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen. Alright. You know, nobody looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. Let's say this
What's
one.
that mean?
You know, cut loose a little, raise
So
tail.
everything's better now, sir?
No.
Why is that?
You'll understand when you're older.
Okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen.
It's fine.
Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real.
I don't want to deal with this. It's too much.
If you want. Something nicer.
What's romance?
Where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
And usually the bad man has more money, right?
Or there could be a story.
Is that how the story works?
Getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Now, what about a poor man getting a rich lady?
But usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should
Right.
actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly. Like during the revolution.
Of course, so he reclaims.
Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost.
Yeah.
But then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What? Both of them are bad.
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad.
Well, obviously you can't have a choice between bad and bad. You can't have a choice between bad and worse. What if it's written well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man.
Maybe.
Yes,
Yeah, that would be good. That would be interesting. What about when everyone's poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
What? But yeah, sometimes you have to write about real life.
Sir. These are about nice and pretty people.
Oh, right, okay. That's about nice and pretty people, not about real people or normal people in the street. Not a book where man and lady business, where the thing doesn't work out at all.
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
I think she has one about a painful
think it's a
breakup.
romance story if the main characters break up,
Well, it
though.
depends.
No, I don't know.
She just looks confused by that idea. Doesn't ring a bell? I'll ask your mum.
She knows books, definitely.
What was that?
No.
An idea for an unfinished novel.
Maybe,
stuck
yeah.
somewhere
An unfinished novel about two people. Yeah, maybe.
Clearly have issues you need to address.
It's enough about
Maybe
romance.
Some about other books?
Who are the famous people?
Kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or
Something
musicians,
extraordinary about them,
those kinds of
like
people. There's usually
using
something
all the gold and then
extraordinary
snorting
about them.
cocaine all day long. Is that
I
the
think
kind of
that's why
people you mean?
read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Yeah, let's see.
But it does make,
Doesn't make the readers
people
famous,
more
does it?
famous.
So, they're already famous. Famous for vain people. I have better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks.
Remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, you heard me. Only losers
Isn't that
waste their
kind
time
of
with
a
that
childish thing
garbage.
for a grown-up to say?
Yes, it is. I'm
When
sorry.
she grows up, and if she grows up to be clever,
Yeah.
she'll discover there's no such thing as a
That's just
grown-up.
no filter.
Okay.
You know?
She doesn't know what to make of that, but she'll remember it.
Okay, see you about. Let's go see what's in the shop. Let's make him filter free now. When he's around everybody. Or children. Because children are pretty filter free, aren't they? You know, in what they say. She's been watching us chatting out there going, what have you been saying? You've been telling her about people murdered in the streets. Old sports magazines. I mean, that's not really a book, is it? It's a magazine. Gift books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with
Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books. Oh yeah, this was about this because this was what was in that guy's.
Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall.
This was what was in the back of that guy's truck.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent.
Moral and violent.
Blood and
Why are they so
violence,
popular?
Scantily clad women, epic narratives.
That's like
all sorts of
Conan.
mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
It's not necessarily true. Sounds good. Which one should I start with?
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say.
Whoever says that's
If
an
you're
idiot.
a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man. The man from
Heimdall Man.
It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Alright, is it?
Rows and rows
Suddenly
of
she knows.
Heimdall men blur your vision.
What the hell?
You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall.
Too many
and
Heimdall
the Man of
books.
Riders. Man from Heimdall.
Excuse
Return
me.
to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Hyundai.
I feel like this might be kind of like a looking at like a Conan type.
Maybe 100.
Thing as being a story that kind of
the sages at the end of the world. Man from Hyundai.
That these people, these kinds of people read.
Man from Hyundai.
I think that's enough of that.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles.
Do any of the beaks call? Do any of the beaks call out to me? No. Pain threshold 2. I don't want to do something that requires me to be in agony. I've already lost a health point and I'm not entirely sure how to recover it. Book collects the national recipes of Arda. They're all about lake trout. I'll chat to her in a minute. I want to see what else is around first. What's down there? What's that place? Quaint picture book brochure. Tome of fascist magic. What the hell's going on here? I don't want any of that.
Shelf reads biographies of famous people.
Is there anything of note on this shelf?
I would say The Greatest Innocence.
The Greatest
Yes,
Innocence?
most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Alright, what's that?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer.
Oh, there we go.
Law officers have at least some education.
Thanks,
The book
yeah.
is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understanding
Do they?
of the innocentic system.
Sounds good.
Certainly.
So you
It's
recommend
prudent
it?
for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society.
But does it have to be about that specific thing?
You feel like you should get this one.
Well, I'm not getting a book because I need the money for something else.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance,
Well,
and biographies
paranormal
of famous
books.
people. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone
Wholeness,
named
unity, and
Matthias
balance.
W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Sounds like
These
exactly
two
the kind of thing we
things are
need.
Very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this
Hmm.
shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in
Oh, right, okay.
situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves
like Google.
platitudes
No,
while also
no.
telling everyone that
No.
traditional medicine,
No.
the kind people don't have
Oh, look,
access
there we
to,
go.
and which costs more than
It's one of those kinds of books by a
only
conspiracy
give
type
you
person
anyway,
who believes that
without
medical
being
science
cured
is
of harm or
garbage and
anything.
they're wrong. Sometimes things go wrong, but
Wholeness, unity, balance,
You know.
on the other hand, can basically take
Sticking
care
a
of anything. Though it
strawberry
is
stalk up
important
your
to know
bum isn't going to cure you of an illness or anything. I wouldn't have thought.
when it's up to your mind to heal yourself.
And certainly not
then
all of
it's
that
because of your
goop
mind
stuff, you
that
know.
you're ill in the first place.
It's scary what people will, the lengths people will go to find some other solution that doesn't require them to, you know, speak to somebody medically. I think it probably stems from, you know, when you look at it kind of being a celebrity sort of thing, it probably stems from the fact that in the places where a lot of these things are written, going to the hospital or the doctor is beyond a lot of people's financial capability in some countries.
The book features chapters on topics such as...
So the people, they look for another way to do stuff so they don't have to go to the doctor.
How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic.
And unfortunately there are people about who will take advantage of that.
And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder.
Not that every single thing that medical science has ever done has been perfectly and completely,
pre
you know,
and post factum apply.
perfect.
Nothing worth buying.
There's no such thing.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Who knows? Find something otherworldly.
The throbbing in your
Should be
head
successful at
increases
that.
with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book.
Medicinal
becomes
purposes of the
apparent.
pale.
The title of it reads, Medicinal
I feel like we're
Purposes
getting
of the Pale.
sidetracked a lot right now.
The book contains very little
What's the pale?
explanation
Who
on
fucking
the matter.
knows?
This knowledge seems to be taken for granted.
What's this
The
book about?
Contains descriptions of various
Pseudoscientific therapies. Yeah, alternative medicines. What remedies here? It would just be medicine, right?
The Pale, also known as le territoire. For example,
Some sort of spirit
it
realm, I
recommends
guess.
vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venic.
There you go, that's what you should do. Swat your body with
Made from the
with
leafy
some
twig of a
twigs,
young
some birch
tree
twigs.
from the near Pale.
Sounds invigorating.
And good for the circulation too.
I think I've probably heard enough of that, and I don't want that right now. But maybe at some other point. Oh, here we go. What's this? We've completed this thought. The lonesome long way home.
Here we go. Home awaits.
My learning cap for perception's increased.
And through the market.
Okay, that's fine. So now we've got 3 of these that are active. But not an awful lot we can do with them. Okay. So there we go. We've got all of these skills. And that's interesting. What have we got in here? Nothing really of any interest. Okay, so let's leave here. We've had a look at that. Oh, what happened there? Should I be talking to my pal, I wonder?
Yes?
No. Not that interested actually right at this minute. Let's get out of this shop and find something else. Oh wait, let's open this curtain. What's behind the curtain? The Wizard of Oz will be behind here.
A set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room.
Mm.
A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
I see. What's behind the curtains?
Now, please go back.
Nothing, so I can go and have a look then, right? Are you keeping more corpses in the back of here?
The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on.
Is this how she sells books? Those are not the curtains you're looking for. These are books.
The more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Let's look at the trinket.
You see some kind of charm.
I'm going to open these curtains.
Polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw.
Some sort of magic.
Inside, a disturbing fish head.
Some sort of magic.
Eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to
protect against ill luck.
Bad dreams.
It was like that guy we spoke to, wasn't he?
Other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme.
Yeah, that was that guy that we spoke to.
Down south.
Measurehead or whatever his name was.
Suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time.
Open the curtains!
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains,
well, she's terrified of me opening these curtains.
Owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking,
she's worried about being cursed.
To open them, I won't be held responsible for the consequences.
Well, what's so dangerous about opening the curtains?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
Room for the employees, I told
well, no, because you wouldn't be terrified of me opening it. I'm just different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Anyone was killed there. I'm sorry. I don't mean.
Maybe they were.
Just please don't.
But maybe they were.
I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
But I have to look.
My God! Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains.
Should I open the curtains?
Step away, dear sir.
Yeah, I'm going to open them anyway.
Please just talk to me, officer. Come.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you.
Do it!
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A door.
There's wards everywhere.
Covered in
I've added something bad, do you think?
Seminese wards. Your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
I'm sure I am. I'll go in and have a look. Hello, forces beyond my understanding. Are you there? Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. Maybe if instead of being...
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered
I
in
can't do that.
if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Shall we knock?
Echo. No one is there.
Okay, well, there's no way we can break the door down, and I'd only hurt myself trying, so... I'm going to assume that I won't be allowed back in this lady's shop now. Here, what's in that room? What's up all those wards?
I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you the right?
I am the law!
Expect my help from now on. The back door is locked, and I threw away the key. I won't trifle with such forces.
Yeah, okay.
Do look at the books, though. The books compel you.
The power of books
You
compels
may
you.
be able to make up for this by buying a lot of books. I hope you're a voracious reader.
Girl outside mentioned a curse.
Who said that? Annette? I will have
It's
a
not
word with her.
cursed. I
This place is
I
not
absolutely
cursed.
don't have
It
wards
has a
anywhere
vastly
for any
magnetic
reason.
energy.
I haven't thrown away a key
Activity.
because of worries about
Business is
any
thriving, sir.
parapsychological thing.
What in God's name is she talking about? Doesn't feel like it's
Thriving business here, look.
Feels ghostly.
Farewell for now. When's someone gonna create a TV show for fixing failing bookstores? Could be I don't know. You don't have kitchen nightmares or bar rescue or what could you have for a bookshop? Arguably far more important than those other two things. Enormous bulls. Not, those are like not. It's not what you think it is. Right, let's have a look up here. A lonely cormorant surveys the sea, indifferent to my approach. Hey, what's all that? Is that blood on the ground there? Wait, go this way first. Let's have a look what's up here.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
It sure looks like it. I can't get anything out of that other option, the conceptualization, so... There's a bit more money, not very much, but a little bit more. Still no healing items. I could really do with something to help me just heal up a bit. What's that? Garden hose. Won't be of use until the snow melts. Yeah, well. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. The guy up there. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. What's over here? We've got an orange bum hat. Perfect. And some Nosafed. That gives me my health, but it only gives you 1 health anyway, so I may as well just use it. What's this? Closed door. I look at it suspiciously. Why? Barrels are half full of rainwater. Can we look inside here? No? Let me just see. No, nothing to look at there. Can we actually do anything with this door? What's that up there? Not something I can look at. And there's the guy.
Are you trying to sneak up on
Still
me?
got a few hours.
Come to slit my throat in my sleep.
No, because you're awake.
She's not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping right now?
Clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
Oh, clearly I'm more clever than somebody who thinks they're sleeping when they're actually awake. Oh, I didn't look at this when I was round there. Oh, and I could look in it as well. Do I go back there? No, I'll tell you what, let's go up here and see what this building's all about. A balcony with a view to their yard and the hanging. That smoker could be a witness.
You see a young man.
Let's see if he knows anything.
Nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
No, that's fine. Why are you whispering? It sounds like you are in trouble. Trouble for me, I just want to know what's going on.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go.
No.
This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Could be a witness.
Is it really that important?
Yes.
Like a nervous cat. He keeps stealing looks.
See, this is the problem. The neighbours, if the neighbours see him speaking to us, they'll think that he's a snitch or something.
The cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme.
Yeah.
Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
Well, I'm starting to wonder if this body will ever be taken away myself, to be quite honest.
As soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
No.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No,
Did
not you two. Some more muscular type.
A more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more...
Yeah, who's this?
Gentleman.
Who's this, I wonder?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
Look at what?
He's
Dirty
an
stuff.
actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word.
Is that what he's
didn't
doing?
answer the question. What were you doing?
Yeah, he just ignored the
last Sunday?
question.
I had a friend over.
What
It was
kind
my
of friend?
Sunday friend.
Your Sunday
Makes
friend.
sense.
Alright.
Friends are
So,
nice on
Monday
Sunday.
friend?
You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
Yeah, or whatever
Doesn't
else you want to
reply,
watch.
Gesturing no with his
Or do,
cigarette.
you know.
In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette.
Yeah. He's concerned.
From different angles.
Can you tell me your
My
name?
name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Is it? Fuck,
That's
pal.
definitely not his real name.
It's Martin
No,
Mayonnaise.
of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Why?
Ask him again.
Like, I really need your
And
name.
I really need to finish this cigarette.
No, I'm not stopping you.
But he hasn't left yet.
Alright, well, we'll talk later
No.
then.
We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
I'll try and convince him to stay.
Time to bring out your secret.
Failed.
Charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself.
What do you want from me?
before
Do you want
very
me to
few-
cry?
For God's sake, I don't want you to cry.
Everyone would be more concerned about that.
Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
And walks away. I don't think he really wants us to have good luck with the investigation at all. But we know that he goes up there. Maybe we can follow him.
He's gone.
We should
No
go after
point
him.
in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He
So what,
could
just
be
give
a
up?
witness. Him or his.
I need to
Sunday
know who his
friend.
Sunday friend
Either
is.
way, we need
A
to
muscular
look into that muscular
type who's asking
who's
about our
asking about
case.
our case.
Could that be the guy on
There
the
has to be
gate?
a way of getting inside the building. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Good idea. Is the door just openable? Must be another way in. Where? How? What other way would there be? Is there something lying around that we can pick up that might get us in? What's that? That's just some rubbish. You shut up. Maybe there's an entrance up this way somewhere. What's that? A girl up there, did she spill the paint? Inside the frame of a motorcycle and repairing tools used to disassemble it. Can we talk to her from here?
The streets will flow red once more.
Oh no.
A great
Is
torrent
that blood
rushing
then?
down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Alright.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What
Yeah,
else do you
who
want
cares?
to know? Date
Like,
of birth.
why do you think you're so
blood
special? I
type,
don't know.
The last time I was tested for Hep C.
I don't need all of that
Here
information.
I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Sure.
She
What are you looking
looks
at?
disdainfully toward the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier.
I feel like we haven't progressed much of the story so far, but I need to increase my
It's difficult to tell which of the two
what do you call
is
it?
more present in her
Resistance,
girlish
don't I,
features.
to being sick before we can do anything. Or I need to find a way to get them down.
The woman on the
Otherwise.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Oh well, I'll maybe go and speak to her first then.
2 days travel.
We'll maybe
away
go and have a
from
chat with her,
Warsaw.
see what she's all
Its
about.
moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Mayonnaise.
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her.
Yeah, probably.
She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing.
Probably.
You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions. you
Ask
know?
her
Do your
unexpected
thing.
questions.
Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now.
I like to
Fuck
watch her
this
swim.
shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd
yeah,
like
okay.
to watch her swim back to us on. Can't
Right
you
into the
tell?
wall.
I'm painting a beautiful mural.
Oh, well, I'll,
An aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Oh well, I'll have to have a look at that
Really
from a distance then,
started
won't I?
yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion on
Yeah?
this. Want to hear it? I love public art.
Thanks.
Don't mind
I'm
us.
sure the inspiration will come to me now
Yeah,
that
I don't
have an
think
official RCM stamp of
she's going to be too
approval.
concerned about what the police have got to say
She
about it, right?
means the opposite. You've
No, she
lessened
doesn't.
her desire to deface the building.
I ain't no snitch.
That's my idea. Just tell her that.
Fine. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shot.
Actually, there is a
shed. There's no shortage of squealers here. Well, you say that. Don't you see? What kind of people?
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
No, you're right.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got.
I've got eyes on me, have I? I've got 2 of them. I don't think that's what she means, though. Cape Side Apartments. I wonder if that would get us into that building. I wonder if that's like another way into that same apartment block. Well, let's go down and chat to this woman. I'm aware of the fact that we don't have an awful lot of time left for tonight, but let's have a quick look. My room in the whirling isn't much bigger. It's worth more than I'll ever earn in my life.
A striking woman leans against the.
Is this her? Is it Joyce Messier? Messier.
As you approach, her green rain.
What does she sound like?
Officers. I'm Joyce.
Hello.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines.
Oh, there's a surprise.
The owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
What's the L stand for?
My maiden name.
What exactly is the RCM? I remember hearing it
I
somewhere.
meant you, the Revachol citizens
That's just
militia,
confuse her.
the police.
Give us
Now,
away.
Honestly, I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk? She hasn't
Yeah,
actually
well, I
said
am,
it to
so.
every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest.
I'm not drunk. I'm a police officer.
It was only a joke.
Shake hands
I'm
with
glad
her.
to see you here.
Just confuse her a bit.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Good.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on
Oh,
this
will I?
interview.
Okay.
I should
Thanks.
let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual.
But he says I'm
I can
totally
assure you
competent,
of
even
his
though he's watched
ultimate
me
competency.
fumble around every single interview and
There's
crime
a
scene
trace
so
of
far.
irony in his voice. Mischief, even.
This is why he's getting me to say
How interesting.
odd things.
I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation.
Let's throw her off. Let's throw her off track really quickly.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Why
Look at
not?
that lady. Take a gander.
What nice fabric.
Why, yes, tucked away under that sturdy
Ooh.
green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity. A silk shirt.
So we don't
matching
even get to
scarf
see it. That's annoying.
around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang.
Yeah, I
from
don't need
her
a I don't need a running
These are the
description.
calm eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible
Yeah.
within reason.
So
Now look at you, a misery-clad simian.
look at me.
Barely
Yeah.
able to tie
Is
your
that the
own
problem?
laces.
Is it?
Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your
Yeah.
your paw.
All in all, not
Paw
great.
Has balls. You can't ask this person for money.
I'm
You
not
think
afraid
your
to
little
shake this leech for some
communism
dough.
Protects you from this feeling. No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet.
Okay.
Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As
Oh,
I was
whatever. Who
saying,
cares? You're on a
why,
boat.
Yes, I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
What? We're on an archipelago?
We are on Le Caillou.
So I haven't seen anyone sail a boat around here.
Drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially
Yeah, it's
issued
his
to
car,
serve
not
as a
mine.
patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in a greater.
It's not my
Revachol
car. It's not my
industrial
fault.
harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances.
It's a sailing
in the Bay
boat.
of
Is that a
Revachol,
machine?
Between the city
I don't know.
and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat. Before you
Yes, you do.
it would be pertinent to ask other questions. Gather more info on this boat of hers.
Do you have a license for this boat?
I assure you, I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Her
Good.
nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act.
Does she have a name?
No, it is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Oh, so you've just named it after what kind of boat it is.
Feels strange.
Cool, but it really needs a name.
How about Cordelati 19? Why?
Well, it's not a name.
It was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordelati, and its hull is 19.
It's just gonna annoy her. How about the sleek fish? Because it's sleek and fish-like.
I think I'll stick with the factory name, but thank you.
What kind of boat is it?
Craft.
Is this the kind of questions that he wants us to ask, just to upset her?
Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
Oh, hey, how'd you like it?
I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
No, I think you're too old to be trying to say cool things.
It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet?
Yeah, he's obviously...
the woman, assessing her.
So let's talk about the economics of the boat.
The E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Yes.
Detective, may I remind
I chose
you
the wrong
that
option. I chose the wrong option.
Then what does that say?
Let's say docking reserved.
Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A.
I don't know, probably not.
This old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats of all social strata. Yes.
Fine. Anyway, I think we know all about the boat situation. Let's ask her if I can have some money.
You're doing it.
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Yes, I am rich. How much money do you need? Hopefully not too much. I couldn't bring all of it with me.
She's surprisingly nonchalant about
I could pay off the... I don't think 10,000 real, but maybe 70. That way I could pay off the guy.
Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes.
She actually gave me 70 real, so now I can go and pay that guy for the damages.
And oily to the touch.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I'm still getting my head around this whole money
You're right,
concept.
that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, unseemly as it may be.
Well, you know, it's because the police force wouldn't give me the money I needed to sort things out.
Most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
Well, tell me about Wild Pines.
We do.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships?
It's just interesting to hear, you know, to kind of go through the kind of story, you know, and kind of see what's happening in the game, I think, and it's some interesting concepts touched on, and
deals with energy, oil and
interesting way of making people kind of face some kind of social...
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original
situations from a different perspective, I suppose.
Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain.
I see. You're in good company, it seems. How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss
a
the
lot.
company balance sheet, but I can
you just say a lot,
that
and that's
last
fine.
year the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Did they? Do you think they might loan me some?
$1 billion?
That's it? I thought Wild Pines was supposed to be big time.
There are years when the group books losses in the billions. Wild Pines employs 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility.
And where do they get all their billions from?
As an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between
this isn't the...
and Insulindian Easterlers.
Obviously, this isn't the kind of situation
when
where...
Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lormentang on behalf of the suzerain.
Fair enough.
Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavour. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow.
Apricots? Oh, amazing. They do all that trouble just for some apricots. Yeah, I don't need this bag of rubbish anymore that I was going to sell. I could get rid of the bag of rubbish.
You know more than you let on. certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
Yeah? What do you want this
I mean,
place for?
aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo.
You don't keep it moving, the workers
We built
do.
this district.
We. There it is.
She finally
She
said
owns
we.
up to it.
All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, with its
Basically, what she's saying
bastions,
is, we built all
the
this.
plazas,
Aye, but fucking
Meteor
people
and
built it for
Mosaic.
you.
Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks
Sure,
to
aye, but you didn't
investments
fucking
from
fix them, did
WP.
you?
Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour,
I doubt you sailed up in your wee boat and started
was
fixing up all the
erected
stuff.
here, the Pines built it as a resort for its Revacholian employees, a company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter.
With your help,
I bet it is.
hopefully, says her warm tone.
Tell me about the strike.
Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What can you tell me, though, that's of any interest? What if I want to hear trade
First,
secrets?
you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
I wouldn't want to disturb an octopus, better let it
I'm
be.
glad you see it that way.
No point
To
going through
repeal
all of
the
that
act
shit.
would mean repealing the coalition government. The one
Oh,
that
although
leases
maybe.
you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be
Yeah.
shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
But I am
Yeah.
derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
Yeah, what is your
I
role in the
believe
strike?
the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator.
Is it?
In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to
Alright,
Wild
so what kind of
Pines and
counter-offer
return
can we
with Wild
expect?
Pines' counter-offer.
And how are the talks going?
Not
They're
well,
not.
I'm assuming.
That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago. After that
So I wonder
awful
who did it.
lynching
Do you
took
think the
place.
union people did it? That seems too obvious.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-metre-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, Measurehead,
yes.
you mean?
Jean-Luc Measurehead.
How were the talks going through
Let's
before
say
the
I was
lynching?
not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
So it could be that the
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks.
Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still
So
part
wait,
of
have they
the
been on
phasing
strike
in.
for 3 weeks?
I prefer
Or...
to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
It's even longer than
I
that.
wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont
Oh, I
went to war with Mr. Clare,
see.
the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions
So
he'd
they-
granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the
Right.
first time the union has gone on strike.
Well, of
Heavens,
course
no.
not.
There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won
Almost you would think
significant
somebody's trying to
concessions,
frame
including
them so
overtime
that...
pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous
Possibly.
even. It's meant.
And what happened to
Mr.
Gaumont?
Clare told him to, how did he put it?
No, you tell me.
Fuck off, midget.
Alright, fair enough.
Gaumont is
At least he was
short of stature, you see.
at least he was clear.
Yes.
Cool.
Extremely. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
So what are their
Leaflets
demands?
everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Every worker, a member of the board.
Perfect.
Most of the workers
Sounds good.
probably don't
Do
know
that.
what that means.
I like it.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
Oh yeah, that's also a good one.
Personally, I don't think it has the same pizazzo as every worker, a member of the board.
And what's the
It's quite
demand there?
simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the
Okay.
2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Or one person to bring those terms to them and ask for their agreement.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals.
Right, I
owned
mean, that's
by
the other
Wild
option.
Pines. Essentially,
Or, you know, you
not
could have a
only
ballot
are they
on it.
kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
King's dead, long live the workers!
It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
Yeah, I mean, they are fighting from a position where you're like, well, you're not going to get that, are you? You know, I mean, companies don't give up that kind of thing.
Mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the
So
same
they're just,
nonsensical
they've decided they're not
slogan
moving on
repeated
that.
over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the
Yeah,
whirling
well,
flags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about
Yeah,
this
you've been
incident?
you've been sleeping on a boat,
I
haven't you?
first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion
Advertises
to
a virgin
work.
to work.
I think he
Call
said
me
it was,
mañana.
Call me mañana.
This checks out.
I mean, that guy is there. Did you put the scabs
The
there?
scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrog come to plead for
Yeah, but they
work
can't
where the
go in
union
there
refuses
because
to?
they're not the employees.
If they were organised by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not
Basically,
share
what
it
she's
with
saying
you.
is they were.
Not right.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Tell me about Mr. Clare.
Claire is a man of the utmost integrity.
We'll finish talking to her, and then I
One
think
thing
we'll
about
probably
him
make that where
is
we
that
kind
he
of
always puts the
finish
interests
off
of
for
the
tonight.
workers first. Of
Really,
course
because I
not.
didn't realise how long this would
Everard
take.
is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Was he
He
that
is the
bad?
most corrupt individual I have ever seen.
Terrible,
and I deal
horrible,
with men
bad.
like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There are two of them?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye.
Alright,
He
so
also
that's how
talks
we can tell them
exactly
apart.
like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over.
Oh god, really?
It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself?
The Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. But they did it. I can respect that.
Oh, well, yeah, you can, but you're still not going to let them get what they want,
Organised labour
right?
at its best, as they say. Then something happened.
But maybe
in the
these
local
guys are a
chapter
bit dodgy.
elections. The brothers
They're
Clare
just looking
came
for more and more and
transformed it
more.
into a, how do you say?
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be,
There we go.
I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate.
Claiming
with
they're a
them.
crime syndicate because they want to
Refreshingly
be paid
honest officer.
well.
The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion,
I
detective,
feel like
if I may ask, I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
I'm a curious and talkative person. An effective
Why
advocate
do
for
you
the
think
rights
so?
of local working men. They're all Revachol. No, not that. Give the labour men. Can't fault them for a little corruption.
Ha! A real man of the left. What else can I tell you about?
You said something happened in the
Let me
elections.
There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the
So
union.
she was in charge of the union
She
before these
disappeared.
guys came along.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter
Was that
elections,
did she
a daughter
work in
phoned
that
said she
bookshop by
wasn't
any
running
chance?
anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Odd.
Downright haunting, if you ask me.
Why would that happen?
The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the
Dunno.
presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, man.
No
We'll be
worries.
just fine.
Let's change the topic.
How else can I help?
I don't really care about that. Well, let's see what she knows
Quite
about
a
that.
few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets.
Okay.
For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Oh,
Of
that could be a
course,
problem.
We
I don't
should
have my badge.
introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Because it's none of your business, that's why.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
Yeah, but see, what it probably means is that I wouldn't remember what you're telling me
I
anyway.
do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Of
As I
course.
said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional,
Mhm.
but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathise.
Alright, she won't.
but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything.
So now we've
more
got
until
to
I see
find our
that
badge. We have no choice but to find our badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
How do I negotiate my way out of this? Let's see if I can
She's
pass
a
that.
negotiator. Just float a favor at her.
Surely
I
there's
will
some
be
other way.
frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to
Something
my superiors.
tangible.
They're going to want to see something very tangible.
Right.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret.
So you want me to get in there and find out if they're selling drugs? Because if they are, that would stop any...
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones, or you can recover your badge. Though, if I may be blunt,
Yeah,
it
the
sounds
badge
like
does
that
seem
may
like
be
a
a lost
bit of a lost cause, yeah. I think the gun might be as
A
well.
word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment. What does that say?
Hey, yes,
Who, me?
you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before.
Okay, well, I can't argue with that.
What about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism. Many times you keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie.
I didn't say that. I definitely didn't say that.
The landowners impel all people.
No, no one ever said that either.
Real in their pockets. Literally murder all.
And I definitely didn't say that one.
Regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I mean, I said some mildly.
Oh, yes, the mask of ambivalence.
What?
Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb
Yeah, why not?
global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism?
Yeah, just do it. Why not? Let's bring it on.
Firing squads and the animal wagons.
Well, we don't have to do that.
Too late to back out now.
Yeah.
You can't make an omelette without breaking a few.
Oh, come on now. No, we don't need to do that much. There we go. So we're supposed to speak to him now.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance. And you know,
yeah, not volunteer
this
to be
woman
henchman.
is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge.
Yeah.
Or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show.
We have.
If there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I could just find my
That would be
badge.
Fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might
still
have
might
changed
find it.
drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. It
Sorry,
would
I'll
be hard
handle
if
it.
you tried more in the future, yes.
Okay.
No.
You say we
If
don't
there
do
is
it?
reasonable suspicion, we must investigate.
I mean, yeah, we have to do it,
Otherwise,
right?
she could claim we are siding with
Yeah.
the Union, or that we are on their take.
She
What
could
I
do that.
propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Yeah, okay. That makes some sense. Let's finish talking to her.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Well, actually, I think we've learned all we need to learn, haven't we? Tell me about the drug trafficking.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Raw ingredients.
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL,
Meth and
various
dextroamphetamine.
synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
So they come from Samara and Revachol
Yes.
through the terminal.
After they clear the terminal, we lose track.
Do they?
The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product?
Well, they might
Sells
do, right?
drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it.
I
They
don't know.
transport the ingredients for a cut.
He wants to
but you
investigate.
won't get anything out of Everart and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
Okay,
The
that's good.
handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Am I gonna need bolt
Unlike
cutters
the
for this?
officer, I'm talking about the lorries.
Just let it
Once
kind of.
the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be
Here, I could plant some of it in the back of that annoying guy's truck.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales.
Yeah, you'd almost think like somebody was trying to control that.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are
There we go,
tangled
look.
in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Maybe. Or not, I don't know.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share.
Oh,
company
right, there we
secrets
go.
with you.
So, yeah. Well, we already have a suspicion that one of the drivers might have been there.
Might even be connected.
Or
Well,
not.
possibly.
Though, if you have evidence to the
She's
contrary,
not going to tell us
I'll
anything
be
about
glad
it
to hear it.
until we've done this.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
Okay, well, I've made my mind up about the smuggling
Yes.
investigation. We'll see what it yields. I mean, we have to.
There are at least 3 lorry drivers.
We have to, right?
lingering
That's
near
our
the
only
roundabout.
choice. So,
Hopefully one of them will know something. It
Possibly.
may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I
Do you think-
suspect the
do you think it
traffic
will?
jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need.
yeah. Meanwhile, that body's still going to be in
In
that
the
tree.
meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
No, you're alright. That's all for now.
Detective. Take care.
You can ask her about like this reality or whatever, but I'm not overly concerned about that right now. So let's have a wee save. Let's have a wee save. And I'm going to make that where we finish up for tonight. We'll be back with this in a couple of days. What was it? Tomorrow we'll be playing... Well, tomorrow we'll be playing something new on Xbox or console game of some kind at least. Monday we'll be off. Tuesday, hopefully, back to this again. So thank you very much if you've been watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And, well, see you next time. Good night.